It discouraged me. It discouraged me a whole lot. It really did. Like, are you gonna be happy in this career? Like, it was just guys, welcome back to my channel. It feels so good to be in front of the camera filming right now for you all. I've missed you all so much. Like, it's really not a day that goes by that I do not think about YouTube and you guys, my subscribers. So if you're still here, that's really love. Life has changed. I'm literally not the same person I was at the beginning of this pandemic. Let me just tell you that right now. Which is why we got some catching up to do. That's why this is a catch-up video. This is a chit-chat video. This is a where have I been, life update, what is going on, Atia Rose video. So just get yourselves ready. I'm about to go get a glass of wine because I cannot get through this video without it because, whew, child, it's been a rough couple months. So go get your wine to sip along with me. If you're underage, go get your juice or whatever you drink and tune in for the video. I'm back bearing gifts. This is my favorite wine, Moscato. I like sweet wine, not into the bitter nonsense. Oh, and isn't this wine top just so cute? Yeah, I know, for a queen. Let's pour up, ladies and gents, if you're here. Let's pour up. Woo. Cheers! So let's really get into it. First things first. Y'all see the different scenery? Yes. So like I mentioned, did I mention this already? I graduated from college with my bachelor's back in May, and I was going to school in Albany. I didn't really finish out my lease. I mean, I guess I did because I paid it till the end, but I didn't stay in Albany till the end of my lease. I stayed until June. No, I stayed until July. Okay, now I really gotta think about it. The end of June, beginning of July, like that's when I came home because I was still working up there. I came home in like July-ish, we'll say, and I've been home with the parents, and that explains the change of scenery. So y'all could just imagine me going from having my own apartment in Albany to now being back home with my parents. It's a little adjustment. Gotta drink gotta drink for that. It has been an adjustment. I feel like that's an adjustment for everyone, like going to being on campus or in your own apartment, in a dorm, wherever your situation was, to coming back home. It's different, you know. You're used to having your freedom, doing what you want, when you want, how you want, and now, you know, you have to come back home and abide by someone else's rules. You have to have that respect for your parents, no matter your age. I mean, I don't know how it goes in y'all house, but I'm 22, I'm grown, I pay my own bills, but I still have to abide by my parents' rules and just show them that respect because I'm living under their roof. I didn't expect to be living on my own right now. I'm still figuring out life, and I'm figuring out life during a pandemic. Like, I can't stress it enough. This is such a difficult time to graduate, or to just, it's a difficult time for anyone. 2020 as a whole has been a very surreal year. That's really the only way I can put it. There's been a lot of tragedies, a lot of loss, a lot of realization, just a lot, just a whole lot. And you know, it becomes very overwhelming at times, but you have to find your life. We have to make the best of our situations the best way we can, and I've been trying to do that, and I'm not gonna say it's been easy because it has not been. My mental health has taken a toll my happiness has taken a toll. But I feel like I'm finally getting back, and that's also a reason why I'm able to come here and film content for you guys, because I've said that what I've said this before. When I'm not in the right state of mind, it is very difficult for me to create content. I just feel very unmotivated. That's not the state of mind that I want to be in when I'm creating content, because y'all know I want to give genuine vibes. I don't want to sit here and be blah. I don't want to do that. So I'm always going to make sure that I'm okay before I come on here and create content. With that being said, that is why I've been gone for so long. I've just been really struggling adjusting to my, I don't want to say my new life, but it is new to me. Everything that I'm doing now is new to me. Being back home, living with my parents at 22 years old, it's new to me. Working full-time, that's new to me. Trying to grow a brand, that's new to me. So, you know, just adjusting is difficult, and adjusting to anything new is always going to be difficult, and it takes time, and you have to go through it at your own pace. You know, don't feel like you need to figure everything out. Don't do it, because you're really gonna like drive yourself crazy, and that's literally me. Like, I feel like I need to be doing this, and I need to have this figured out, and I need to do this by this age, and I'm already this age, and I have so and so months to figure this out. Don't do that, because you're really going to drive yourself crazy. I feel like I'm rambling right now, so I'm gonna try and get back on track. So yes, I'm back home. I am working a full-time job that has absolutely nothing to do with what I went to school for, which we're gonna get into. Let me take a sip before. For those of you that do not know, I went to school in hopes to pursue a career in the healthcare field or the medical field. I just had a passion for wanting to work with people and wanting to just be in that kind of setting. I wasn't sure exactly what it is I wanted to do within the healthcare field, but I know I wanted to, that's the scope of where I wanted to be. For most healthcare professionals, you have to go back to school. Like, a bachelor's is usually not enough, except for nursing. But unfortunately, my school did not have nursing, and at first that wasn't a big deal to me because I didn't want to do nursing. I wanted to go to medical school. Like, going into school, I wanted to be a doctor. So I was like, they don't have a nursing program. I wasn't even looking for a nursing program. I didn't apply to any nursing programs because I wanted to be a doctor. I don't know why when I was 18 years old, I was under the impression that a doctor was like the only thing that you can be in the healthcare field. Like, I know about nurses, but I was like, no, I want to be a doctor. 18-year-old mind, okay? So fast forward 4 years later, I have gained some experience in hospitals and the healthcare field, and I started to learn more about what it is I want to do and what I don't want to do. So I started leaning towards PA school and nursing school. And since I was at a school that did not have a nursing program, I would have to go back for another bachelor's, a double bachelor's, at a accelerated nursing program. So regardless of what I was going to do within the healthcare field, I had to go back to school. With this kept in mind, I was like, I'm gonna take some time off. And everybody always has their opinion. Oh no. But listen.
Are you paying my tuition? Are you applying to these schools? Are you taking the GRE for me? No. No, no, no.
I know a few people that were applying to schools while they were, you know, during their senior year. And me, I was not doing that. I was just really focused on passing, doing what I was doing in the moments. I really didn't have the capacity to take 5 or 6 classes and a lab and prepare for a GRE and take a test and apply to schools. I just was not in that headspace at all. And I really applaud those who were able to do that with their course load, because that is not an easy thing to do. The upside of doing that is that you have something lined up for you after school, after you graduate. So now, you know, these people are in their programs or whatever was next for them, you know, or they had a job lined up. Me, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I was not in that headspace at all. I always had a plan. It wasn't an executed plan. I didn't execute the first step, and if I didn't execute the first step, how was I gonna get to point B, C, D? I graduated and I continued to keep my healthcare professional job for a couple months before moving back home. When I came back home, I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be for me to get a job in the healthcare field, even with my degree. They want all these different certifications and they want this many years of experience, and I was just like taken aback, because I'm like, whoa. I was able to get this job in Albany before I even had my degree. If I needed any certification, they were offering that to me during the onboarding process. In the city, there was just so, like where I'm from, New York City, there's just so many different steps that they want you to take, and it's just like, whoa, you're overwhelming me. You're very much overwhelming me. And I just, as the pandemic went on, I was just losing so much motivation. Like, I got to a point, like, I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I'm just sitting here watching the time pass me by. Girl, like, you just graduated. And I had people telling me that, like, you just graduated, like, relax, like, you're gonna figure everything out. But me, I've never been a person that doesn't have the next step lined up. Like, I go from one thing to the next. So for me to finish my degree and just be sitting here, like, literally was sitting here feeling like a failure a month after graduating. And it just didn't make any sense. Like, in my mind at the time, it made sense. Like, girl, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you about to get ready to go to grad school? Why aren't you preparing for an exam? Why don't you have a full-time job? Why aren't you working in a hospital? Like, girl, you was doing more when you was in school. Now you out of school and you're not doing nothing. Like, I was really being so hard on myself. Like, y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I was literally crying almost every day, because I'm just like, what am I doing with my life? Like, it stressed me out to that point that I had tears in my eyes. I cried to my mom, I cried to my grandma, I cried to my aunts. Like, I cried to anyone who would really listen to me. Like, I just was so disappointed in myself for not, you know, having everything lined up the way I should have. The kind of person that, you know, that's the person that I've always been. Like, I've always had things lined up for me. So the fact that my job search wasn't going the way I planned it to be or how I thought it would be, it really took a toll on me, and it discouraged me. It discouraged me a whole lot. It really did. I feel like I can just talk about this all day. I really could. But now I've learned to accept where I am. And this is important. This is something that we all need to be doing. No matter what phase we are at in life, we need to accept it. And that was my biggest problem. I was not accepting that I was in that transitional phase. I was just like, no, I need to be here, not here. I'm doing nothing with my life. Why am I working a job that is paying me less than what I was making there? Like, this is literally the mindset that I was having. And if you're gonna be that person, if you're gonna beat yourself up so much, you're just gonna slowly shut down. Like, yes, you need to put a little fire under your ass, but you also cannot beat yourself up, because it will literally cause you to shut down. And that's what happened to me. Accept where you are in your life. I have accepted that I'm in the transitional phase, and in this phase I've taken a moment to woo-saw, and y'all, I needed it so much. I needed it. I really needed it. Like, I haven't had a moment to woo-saw in 4 years. Like, college, you know, you're just focused on your degree, you're grinding, you're in grind mode 24/7. Like, yeah, you'll go out for a night, you'll have your fun, but like, you in the back of your mind, you're thinking about that exam that you got in the next 48 hours. Like, I've been able to woo, sigh, and really just take a break, and a mental break, a much needed mental break, and realign with my interests, my beliefs, myself. And wow, like, y'all would not, like, seeing me right now, y'all would not even believe the way I was a couple months ago. Like, literally, I had to dig myself out of this hole that I was in. Like, girl, stop feeling bad for yourself. Like, this happens to people, and a lot of people aren't real about it. And that's one thing that I want to do. I want to be real, y'all, about it. Like, it's not always a straight path for everyone. Yes, like I said, I applaud everyone who is able to jump right out of school into a full-time job with a amazing salary. And for those of you who know exactly what it is that you want to do and what your next step is, I applaud you. But it's not always like that for all of us, and people do not portray the struggle. Like, you know, we like to portray our wins, you know? Like, nobody wants to portray their losses or their struggles. Like, nobody wants to do that. But it's a real part of life. Like, it is real. It happens to all of us. Even those who seem like they're winning, trust me, they've had these moments. So I'm embracing this moment that I'm in right now, and I have to remind myself, like, girl, we are in a motherfucking pandemic. If you don't ease up on yourself. With that being said, in the time that I've had to realign with myself and my interests, I've decided that I don't even want to pursue anything in the healthcare field anymore. This is something that I'm not going to talk too much about. Not yet, anyway. But my grandpa told me something the other day. He was like, you have to find what it is that interests you and make a career out of it. And something that you enjoy. Something, I think he said something that you enjoy, and make a career out of it. And when he told me that, that's something that really stuck with me. And I was just like, girl, why do you want to be in healthcare? Is it because you did this 4-year bid with this degree and now you feel like that's what you have to do? Or is it because you love it? Like, if that's what you have a passion for? And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, having the jobs that I did in the healthcare fields, I enjoyed it. I did. But there was always like, can you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life? Like, is this something that you want to invest all this money and time into? Like, are you going to be happy in this career? Like, it was just things that always, you know, I would always think about in the back of my mind. So with that being said, I've completely taken a 180 from the healthcare track, and I am now looking into going to grad school and finding a career in a whole other fields, which I'm not ready to speak about yet, but it's something that I've accepted. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to have other interests and explore them. It is okay to take a risk. If no one's going to tell you that, I want to be the one to tell you that. Don't feel pressure to do anything. This is your life, and you need to do what's going to make you happy. Okay? Alright. I want y'all to take that. So that is all I'm going to speak about in terms of, oh my god, my camera's dying. Hold on. Enough talking about school, where my career is headed. Let's talk about how I'm doing mentally, spiritually, physically. In the past couple months, I have kind of gone on like a spiritual cleansing, and it took me getting to a very low point in my life to realize that I needed to make a change. And for me, that was just becoming more aligned with myself. And I know I've said this before in terms of my interests, but I'm also talking about like with my thoughts. I've been taking a lot more time to meditate and to get rid of a lot of negativity that I had around me, with that being people, experiences, environments. I had to cut all of that out, and I've seen a change. Your environment and the people that you allow around you play such a huge role in your spiritual state and your mental state. If you're feeling like, you know, you have a lot of negativity around you, maybe you should look at the people that you have around you and the environments that you put yourself into. So yeah, you guys are gonna see a lot more of that from me as far as my spiritual journey goes, and what I do to keep myself straight and make sure that I'm doing okay. Honestly, I've just been all about myself. I've really been trying to get to that and just being in a selfish state. I'm gonna bring up this this post that I absolutely love. Like, I have it saved on one of my highlights because I just love it so much, and I feel like it's just so real, and it's something that we need to keep in the back of our mind, like a note of. In your 20s, your 20s are your selfish years. It's a decade to immerse yourself in every single thing possible. Be selfish with your time and all the aspects of you. Tinker with shit, travel, explore, love a lot, love a little, and never touch the ground. Kayoko Escamilla. I hope I said her name right, but I absolutely love that post, that little, I don't know if that's like just something or if it's an excerpt from a book or something. I really don't know, but that piece I keep with me. Girl, we are in our 20s. Well, for those of you that are in your 20s, this is really for you. Even if you're not in your 20s, fuck it. You should not waste any time unhappy and not doing something that's not fulfilling to you. You should always be living your best life no matter what phase you're at. In your 20s, you can be a little bit more selfish because you probably don't have kids yet and you're, you know, still figuring out life. But you should always make sure that what you're doing is fulfilling you. And that's really what I'm really trying to make my life about right now. I'm not living for no one else but myself. And that's really like the biggest takeaway. If there was one to take away from 2020, that is that life is way too short to be living for somebody else. You have to live for yourself, do what you want, and run it up. Okay, we're all after that bag and we're gonna get it by any means, okay, but not at the means of yourself and your sanity. Don't ever sacrifice your well-being, your sanity for anything or anyone, y'all, ever. I really hope that you guys are taking these points that I'm giving, but I'm really just trying to be so real and transparent with you guys because, you know, I'm all about that. I love my platform and I'm gonna be my real self, and I want y'all to always get that realness from me in every video. This video is really dedicated to anyone that feels like they've been stagnant or someone who needed some reassurance or a little push to get up and get busy. This is for you, okay? Everything is going to happen in your own time. Just block everyone else out. You know what you have to do. You know what you have to do and what's gonna make you happy and what you want. And if you don't know what you want, realign with yourself, figure it out. You will. You definitely will. So, life update in a summary. Your girl has graduated. She has changed her mind on what it is she wants to do, and it is okay. I have accepted it, okay? I've accepted that it's okay to change my mind, and I'm gonna go after what it is that I want to do and what's going to make me happy. Me. Yo, I hit my chest dumb hard. I'm getting more in touch with myself, my beliefs, my inner spirit. I'm just loving myself. I'm loving on myself. I'm being so selfish. That's really all I can say. Like, that is the life update. Your girl is being selfish, and it feels damn good. It really does. So that's really all I have to say. If y'all don't have anything in your cup, can you just pour it up a little bit? I finished mine, so I'm gonna just put some more in here. And I just want to do a cheers to wrap up this video. All right, raise your glasses, everybody. This is a toast to finding ourselves and not feeling sorry for it. This is a toast for all my ladies or all my gentlemen that just needed a timeout, a break, and they're getting themselves together. They're realigning with their purpose, and they're figuring life out. We all have our own journey. Let's not compare one to the next. Let's not do that. Let's just live for our damn selves. And let's get to the bag. Period. So stop. '2020 has been tough, but let's end it on a good note, you guys. I want to see all of you prospering and thriving. Always. Always, always, always. That's the only thing I want for all of you and for myself. So with that being said, thank y'all for tuning in. I don't really know what this was. I guess it was like a life update, some advice, whatever you want to call it. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back with regular content coming soon. I love y'all. I really do. I really do. Until next time, stay up, stay blessed, stay prospering. That was cute, right? Y'all like what I did there? All right, guys. I love y'all.